Hey guys, so today I wanted to address something that's very near and dear to my heart, and that's the recipe for healthy hair. I can honestly say in all the 28 years that I've been doing hair, there have been four constants that I've never deviated from. One, cleansing not just the hair, but the scalp is so very vital. A healthy scalp promotes healthy hair. Two, conditioning, which is something I'm going to address in the upcoming video. Three, trimming the ends. Four, consistency. There is no miracle product that you're going to buy. There's nothing I have to sell that's going to give you a beautiful hair, luxurious hair overnight. It's something that has to be done on a regular basis in order to promote healthy hair growth. So hopefully you guys enjoy the upcoming video, recipe for healthy hair. Let's get right into it. The recipe for healthy hair. So most of us know that when we see a person that's really physically fit, they didn't get that way overnight. They not only work out on a regular basis, they eat well and they sleep well. They drink lots of water. There are things that they have to do in order to look as fit as they do. Our hair is very similar. The more we do it, the better our hair looks. We cannot be lazy when it comes to taking care of our hair. All of those four things, cleansing, conditioning, trimming, and consistency, is vital for healthy hair. Okay, guys, so these photos are very telling. You know how a person says, I got some good news and some bad news? Let's give you the bad news first. This is what happens to your hair when you don't get it treated. This client opted out of getting her steam treatments that were so very necessary for her hair. Not only is she gray, she was a wiry gray. Some people have a softer texture gray where they can wash and go. She was not this kind. If I would shampoo her hair and it would start to air dry, it would start to tangle very easily. So, moisturizing under the steamer was very vital for her situation. We're going to go into a second set of photos so you can see up close just how much damage was done. Okay, guys, so it took about 4 months, a little over 4 months, for this kind of damage. As you can see in the photo, the silver bar on the back of the chair, you can see the difference. Although in the first photo her hair is still of a fine nature, it still was doing so much better with those steam treatments. So that's why I said it's like insurance for the hair. Second photo, as you can see, about 4 to 5 inches were lost in about 4.5 months. These photos are very telling as well. This client came to me natural and she wanted to stay natural. But as you can see in the first photo, it's lacking a little bit of luster, which is not unusual. This is her first visit. But as you can see, just 3 weeks later, the sheen that's on that hair in the photo to the right, it almost looks as if there's a cellophane or oil of some sort, but it's not. The hair is just conditioned very well. I thought it was important to really show different textured hair. This is my sister Autumn. Her hair was always really coarse, but it was very, very fragile. She could not stand relaxers, so she opted to start wearing her hair natural, but I always encourage steam treatments. Occasionally, my sister would like to wear her hair pressed out, but as you can see in the first photo, there's a lot of product buildup on that hair, which is definitely not unusual considering that she wears her hair natural. A lot of times, people who wear their hair twisted and natural have to use a lot of product in order to saturate that hair. So what I would do is take a clarifying shampoo, shampoo her real good twice, go in a third time with a hydrating shampoo, and then I would actually sit her under the steamer with moisturizing conditioners for about 45 minutes to an hour. But as you can see in that second photo, the sheen, the natural sheen that comes out of that hair without having to weigh it down with oil. So this client actually never had a whole lot of issues with her hair. Actually, it was very healthy. She was very diligent with getting it done every 3 weeks like clockwork since she's been a teenager. And as you can see, she's been able to change up quite often. But every time she changed up, it always was the picture of health because she never neglected doing those 4 steps: cleansing, conditioning, trimming, and consistency. So this is a client that I really didn't see often because she really hated to wear her own hair. She would cover it up with hair weaves. So as you can see in the first photo, it's very dry and damaged, and there's obviously a product buildup. So just really mildly relaxing her, of course, conditioning it really well, brought life back into her hair. Guys, sometimes we just have to be content with what we're blessed with. Now you get to see exactly what I mean by bringing the hair back to life by doing the 4 constants. So this was a client who came within the year, and she used to wear her hair in ponytails quite often and wear wigs. So she wanted to do something different with her hair, so we opted to do a mild relaxer and semi-permanent color. This client actually suffered from heavy sweating, so I know I didn't want to do a demi on her hair because demis can tend to be drying on gray hair, let alone a client who sweats quite often. So as you can see in the second photo, that hair is actually lacking a little bit of luster. Although she really loved it, I knew exactly what would happen just after a few weeks. It would definitely come to life, in which you will also see in the photos that's actually coming up. So again, I opted for a mild relaxer and doing a semi-permanent instead of a demi. But look what happens just after a few weeks. Look at the life that's in that hair. And the beautiful thing about doing semi-permanents is the fact that you can change up quite often if you get tired of wearing that color, because it does fade quicker. But I notice how it actually adds body to the hair, and it actually serves as a protectant. Look how beautiful the sheen on that hair is. That is not oil, that is properly conditioned hair. How amazing. So just to show you how every head of hair is different, no 2 clients can have the same prescription for their hair. This is the only client in 28 years that I have actually had to use a super or a resistant relaxer on. She has the most beautiful head of hair, but the thickest head of hair that I have ever worked with. I used to joke with her, and I used to tell her that I would have to beat her hair into submission. So at any rate, when it was done, it was absolutely gorgeous. She had the kind of curls that lasted forever. She truly was a walking billboard. But just to show you that every head of hair is different and requires different treatment. So the moral of the story is this: no matter what your hair story is and whatever you decide to do to it, as long as you cleanse, condition, trim, and are consistent with your hair regimen, even the worst head of hair can be brought back to life by doing the 4 constants.